All right. So there is no one and nothing separate from the continuously, that's not how you spell continuously, unfolding, remarkably lawful, interdependent unfolding of life. Remarkably lawful, interdependent unfolding of life. I'm going to bring this quote back so I can bring my other thing I was going to share with y'all. That was 7 a.m. situation. Because there's so much around, if we could just stay with the truth of how things are, we could actually tap into our power. Like our deepest power to manifest what we want to see in the world if we stop lying to ourselves about what's real, what's true, what's permanent, and what's not. Because in the same vein that we might be like, oh, things not permanent. Oh, man, that's not real and true. Oh, man. It also means then there's possibility for it to be something else. How do I tap into the power, the magic, and the possibility of making it something else if it's not real? And that's where the power comes in. So, are you a detective and wanting to know what more there must be to this story of I? That's where truth starts. Do you want to know more? You being a detective, like, who is this I person? And if nothing lasts, if everything arises because of causes and conditions that constantly change, what are you? What am I? I is the controller of intent and not much else. I is consciousness itself. I is a small piece of the universal intelligence and physical manifestation. And what we're going to tap into next time is I can, will, and have things unfold in the fourfold process of life to manifest things that aren't yet so, because things are not permanent. Things are not self. Things are not personal, which is, you could look at it as like, it's like, oh man, really? I'm not the person I used to be. But there's so much opportunity then in that. Well, if I'm not that, well, what am I? And that's the real question. That's the real question. And I feel like in our practice, the more we can tap into this idea of being interested and curious, then we can stop like needing things to be labeled, defined, and just so in ways that actually don't even serve us. So what's a truth you need to really face? What's something that you're saying is absolutely the case? Is it? Is it really though? Is it true? Is it really, really true? Maybe so, maybe not. And if you could start to ask yourself, like, is that true? Is that fixed? Is that permanent? Is that personal? Is this something no one else on the planet experiences? Then it can't be my fault if 5 million other people experience this. It actually creates room, opportunity for things to become colorful and not so black and white. So the truth can help you wake up in a lot of ways, you know, some of which are sobering and other ways that could be a little exciting. Like, I'll give you a concrete example. Lord. You know what? I'm about to give y'all an example. So I'm a 6-figure sister. That's how I roll. Been rolling that way for quite some time. And, you know, I decided to start this business. I'm like, I could do this. I still can, but it's way more complicated than I thought. So it's like, all right. I guess I'm going to have to get a JOB to pay these bills, right? Get a JOB to pay these bills. Ladies, I haven't seen numbers that low since 2004. 2004. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. And I was like, do you know who I am? Do you not know who I is? Who I be? And then I realized, oh, I'm not I'm not a fixed thing. I'm actually not a thing, not a person that is, not a be, not a defined anything. I'm just Alexis in this moment. And in this moment, y'all gave me this crazy number on this piece of paper. What does that mean for me? Now, if I stick with the flood of becoming, it don't work for me. If I stick with the flood of being, clinging to my views of who I am and what I deserve, it doesn't work for me. But if I open myself up out of black and white, I don't know why I got this. I don't know what the purpose of it is. I don't know what could come of this. I could label it, pack it up, tape it up, put it on a shelf. This is what it is. Or I could be open to the truth of the matter, which is that I am uncertain about the future because the last time I checked, I cannot read into it. And so how do I not know that I'm going to meet this benevolent person in this role that is going to see what I'm working on and be like, here's $100 million to go start this foundation to do this work with women of color? I don't know. And if I think I know, if I think it's permanent, if I think it's fixed, if I think this is personal, God, you got it out for me, I'm closing all the doors. And I don't know if any of it is true. It's only true based on my perception. And so I'm like sitting in this space and place of uncertainty and holding on for dear life to the fact that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I want to think I know. I always want to feel like I know. I know. But I've also known a lot of things in the past and been dead wrong. Been in places and spaces that were bad for my health, that didn't take me to where I wanted to go, that ended up turning my life inside out. Was that abundance? So I'm using the practice. I'm trying to look at the truth of what is. The truth is I have enough. The truth is I'm doing what I love, like this. The truth is, even in that role, I'm going to be helping people. I don't actually know that it's not going to serve me. I know I was looking for a certain number and that ain't it. But I also don't know if maybe it's because I need to keep working on this other stuff. Need to keep writing. I need to keep working on my courses. Maybe the number's coming from somewhere else. I don't know where the number coming from. And so it's not an easy practice, but I feel like it gives one more agency and more comfort with what is not known, and also is calling me to not push away what I think I don't want and be clinging and wanting and crying for what I think I do want. The practice is be right here, right now with what is, and don't put your own dressing on top of it. So that's a concrete, visceral example of what being open to the truth of what things are can look like in your life. It's not always like peaches and roses, right? Sometimes it actually takes immense courage to put your views to the side, or to put your wanting, your clinging to the side, to want praise and fame and glory to the side. Because those things, you can get that. You can get one of those things and they can come. Oh, the internet. Oh, I'm back. I froze for a second. You can get those things and they can bring you a whole lot of heartache right alongside with it. Or a stressful life situation that you wish you hadn't walked into. Or a supervisor that makes you want to jump off a bridge. Like all the things, you know? And so, yeah, so sometimes, so I guess the homework or the call to action is, are you looking at your life through the eye of the truthfulness of what it is, without your lens, your view, coloring it, without labeling it, without defining it, without blaming somebody else for its existence? Like actually facing what is and what isn't. Plain, straight up, no chaser. And you might have to do some uncovering to do that. Like I've had and have been and probably will be until I start on the first day. Continue to do some uncovering so that I can show up in that space not being resentful for the job they gave me, right? Like showing up like, y'all don't know who I is. How that gonna help me? It's not gonna help me, right? And who knows what's around the corner? So I encourage you, take a look at what you can relook at. Yes, I got and I accepted a job that I'm apparently being grossly underpaid for.